Greetings, members of Local 2627. This is Laura Moran, president of your local. I'm calling to report very good news that last night, late in the wee hours of the night, we was able to come to an agreement with the city of New York, and that we're going to get over 15% in raises over the last 2 years and the next 2.5 to almost 3 years coming up. So let me give you some of the details. So we're going to get 3% for starting May 26, 2021. So this is retroactive. We're going to also get 3% for 2022. So that's retroactive, and that's going to be effective May 26, 2022. We're going to get 3% for this May coming up, this May 26, 2023 coming up. We're going to get 3% for May 26, 2024. And then the final year, which is the 5th year, we'll get on May 26, 2025, we're going to get 3.25%. So that's over 15% in raises, and it may add up to, if you are a finance person, to a close to 17% overall increase in your salaries. And this applies to all DC 37 members, not just our local. Also, we're getting a ratification bonus, and that bonus is going to be for active members only. You have to be in active pay status come May 25th, 2023. And that bonus is $3,000. So if you're on paid family leave, you may not get it. If you're on any type of unpaid leave, you may not get it. So there's more details will follow as we finalize the final touches of this agreement. But that's something that we definitely fought hard to get for you guys. We also have we got an agreement from the city on a work, what is a remote work flexible scheduling committee, a flexible schedule committee, what to sort of speak. This group will be able to come together, and is half city. It's going to be half city managers and half union members. So I plan on being on that committee, and I'm going to make sure to work hard that we get everything that our members need as far as remote work, because the city is now open to bargaining for telework. So this committee will provide options to provide greater flexibility to employees and to enhance employee morale, including remote work, compressed and flexible work schedules, and improved transit benefits. The party's goal is to begin a pilot program that includes remote work no later than June 1st, 2023. So remember, I told you at our meetings, don't lose heart. We are getting this. So just those of you that can telework, we're going to be looking to work to get 2 to 3 days per week on this committee for you to telework. Now, you can't get full time, so that's not something that we can really push for, because it's just not feasible. And some of the reasoning is that people will actually leave and move from the city, and the city really needs the city workers who is making money from New York City taxpayers to live and spend their money here. So that's a big issue. So, because I know people who have already moved, thinking that they were going to be able to telework and forever, and that's not the case. So don't make plans to move yet unless you're ready to retire. Okay, and we also got an agreement on a child care trust fund. DC 37 will establish a child care trust fund to provide support for its members with child care needs. As part of this agreement, the city will contribute $3 million per year to this fund. So I don't have the details on this yet, but it will be forthcoming as we move to ratify and finalize this contract. Remember, we just agreed to it last night, and it has to be voted. First, the delegates at DC 37 has to approve it, and then it gets mailed out to all the members, and I mean members only. If you're not a member, you're not going to have no voice and not going to be able to vote for this contract. So like I said, it goes to members only, and then once the votes come in and it's approved by the membership, then the contract will take effect. And it usually take about a month or two for the city to make those payments. But I don't have dates on payments yet, so please do not call me asking me about when you're going to get your money. You will get it, but we don't have dates yet. We won't have dates until after it's approved and ratified by you, the members of Local 2627 and the members of DC 37. So and we also have an equity fund. Like in the previous contracts, we had equity fund. The parties have set aside $70 million to make salary adjustments to help fill hard to recruit positions, and will work collaboratively, excuse my lapse here, to address those issues. The fund will be administered by a committee including city and DC 37 representatives. So we are definitely gonna, because our titles are some of the hardest to recruit titles in the city. And we are gonna try to put forth as many of our titles because the salaries are just too low. And the city can't compete, especially when they didn't have too much telework. They really couldn't compete with private sector and nonprofits who are willing to pay more and offer comparable benefits. So telework was the straw that broke the camel's back, and the mayor has since come to realize, because a lot of our members have voted with their feet. You may have seen in the Daily News as well as the new chief where they quoted me, and I've talked to reporters to try to bring awareness that telework is here to stay. It's not going to go away. And unfortunately, the mayor, up until recently, was dead set against it. But he has now come to realize that he just can't put that genie back in the bottle. And we have to do something, or else people are leaving and services will suffer, and that's what's have been happening. DC 37 has been having hiring pools to try to help, but to try to help with the job shortage. But I know for a fact that IT workers, when they find out there's no telework, 4 out of 5 positions get declined when they find out there's little to no telework. So this equity fund will help to bring the salaries overall up in general, so that the city can be more competitive. Also, with this contract, we have a pandemic response committee. The city in DC 37 will establish a joint committee to discuss issues related to pandemic response to best prepare the city and its workers for the next pandemic. So far, I sat on the subcommittee, and as we were drafting together the language for this, so there's a side letter which will help us to go and work with the city in the future so that we make sure that our workers and members are safe in case another pandemic hits, so that we don't be caught off guard like they were with this COVID-19. So I just want to give you a little more details about the document. In fact, I'll read the document about the flexible work committee. It says the party shall form a committee comprised of an equal number of union and city representatives to discuss work flexibility measures to enhance the recruitment and retention of city employees and employee morale, including but not limited to creation of a remote work pilot with a goal of implementing such a pilot no later than June 1st, 2023. Compressed work schedules, flexible scheduling, and transit benefits. Because the mayor has made some statements that if the workers who can telework is going to get that, what can the workers who cannot telework, like the EMTs, the firefighters, the police officers, the crossing guards, the food service workers, the people that have to go in to do their job because they cannot do their job from home, what will be done for them? And it's only fair, and we're glad to hear the mayor is stepping up and trying to do something for everybody, because the work is not going to go away. The jobs need to be done. So we're hoping that we can get something, maybe some discount transit benefits for those members who have to go in. And even in our local, where over 90% of our members can telework, there's at least 5 to 6% that cannot telework, like the technicians or anyone that deals with hardware. And some of them were frustrated that they couldn't telework, and I had to explain to them that they're not going to send a computer to your home for you to work on. It's just not going to happen. But they can provide a safe work environment, which agencies did, and we helped guide them on that during the pandemic so that they can set up separate areas that when the person bring in their malfunctioning equipment, they can set it somewhere outside of the work area where the technicians are working. And they had cleaning supplies and disinfectants so they can wipe it down, and it was cleaning supplies that was safe for electronics, and they can clean it and put it in the area and then leave and then get time for the technician to come and collect it without being exposed to a virus or any type of COVID-19 disease. So that was just an example of some of the things we work with the city, because we hear all different types of things, especially when they were doing the return to office. We heard all kinds of policies, and some were great, some were not so great. So being that we was hearing good and bad and indifference, we made sure to share the best of the best with all the agencies so that they can better perform and provide the best protection for our members. Because we are here to protect you and make sure that you're safe. We're here to make sure that your benefits are protected. We're here to make sure that we are looking to improve always your salaries, and to always make sure that your benefits are improved as well and get better with time. Now, this is the first contract that's not associated with healthcare savings. And so that's a really big deal. It's been a long time since we had a contract like this in and of itself, that just based on raises that is well deserved by our members for work, because we work hard. Our members saved the city and kept the city running. And without our members, nothing works. Nobody works without you guys. So just so you know, remember that and take pride in what you do, because we are well needed, and the city would not be anything without you. So just take pride in that. And we will be having our general membership meeting on the third Tuesday next month of March. And next week, I will be having a shop steward meeting for the shop steward and activists. If you're interested in becoming an activist, let me know. My email address is l2627president@gmail.com. Our local website is local2627.org, and you can find my contact information there. And if you're not a member, you need to join, because we are doing big things and we will continue to do big things. And we would love to have you on board to help us keep this movement moving forward. Thank you all. Thank you very much.